At Thanksgiving, my family locked me out of the house for being too dramatic. So I ate dinner with the neighbors, who liked me enough to leave me everything in their will. It started when I called out my sister for announcing her pregnancy during my college graduation speech. My mom said I was making everything about myself and told me not to come to Thanksgiving unless I apologized. The thing is, this wasn't the first time. When I got my first job, my sister announced her engagement at my celebration dinner. When I finally saved enough to buy my own car, she surprised everyone by showing up with her new boyfriend right as I was about to show it off. Every single milestone I hit, she found a way to steal the spotlight. But apparently pointing this out made me the villain. My dad sided with mom, saying I needed to grow up and support family. My brother just stayed silent like always. They gave me an ultimatum: apologize for ruining graduation, or don't bother coming home for the holidays. I refused. So Thursday morning, I'm sitting on my porch with a frozen dinner when Eleanor and Frank from next door see me. They're this sweet elderly couple who always wave when I walk my dog. "Honey, what are you doing out here?" Eleanor asks. I explain the situation, trying not to cry. Frank just shakes his head and says, "Well, you're eating with us then." Their dining room is warm and smells like cinnamon. They ask about my degree, my job, my dreams. Frank tells stories about his time in Korea. Eleanor shows me photos of their kids who never visit. For 3 hours, I feel more loved than I have in years. That dinner changed everything. Eleanor slipped me her phone number as I left, saying, "Call us anytime, dear. We mean it." 2 days later, my family group chat was blowing up. My sister posted pictures of Thanksgiving dinner with captions like, "So grateful for family who actually shows up." My mom shared a passive-aggressive post about children who abandon their families over petty drama. I turned off my phone and called Eleanor instead. We start having dinner together every Sunday. At first, I felt guilty, like I was taking advantage of lonely old people, but they insisted, saying I reminded them of their daughter who lived across the country and rarely called. Eleanor teaches me to knit while sharing stories about raising 4 kids on Frank's factory salary. Frank helps me fix my car, showing me tricks he learned in the army. They remember everything I tell them: my work stress, my dating disasters, even the name of my boss who makes my life hell. My family, meanwhile, acts like I don't exist. No calls, no texts. When I run into my brother at the grocery store, he just nods awkwardly and walks away. My mom blocked me on social media after I didn't like my sister's baby announcement post. The isolation should hurt more, but Sunday dinners with Eleanor and Frank fill that void. They celebrate when I get a promotion. They console me when I get dumped. They're more excited about my small wins than my family ever was about my big ones. 6 months in, Eleanor starts forgetting things. Small stuff at first, where she put her keys, what we talked about last week. Frank covers for her, finishing her sentences and gently redirecting conversations when she gets confused. I start coming over more often, Wednesdays for grocery shopping, Saturdays to help with yard work. Frank's arthritis is getting worse, and Eleanor's memory issues are becoming harder to hide. That's when I meet their actual children. 3 kids who live within driving distance but haven't visited in over a year. They show up one Sunday demanding to know who I am and what I want. The oldest son, Richard, pulls me aside. "Look, we appreciate you helping out, but we're handling our parents' care from here." He hands me $50 like I'm some hired help. "Thanks for your time." Eleanor and Frank are mortified. After their kids leave, Eleanor cries for an hour. They think we're foolish old people who can't see we're being taken advantage of. When they both get sick last spring, guess who doesn't show up? Their kids send flowers and promise to visit soon. I'm the one driving them to appointments, grocery shopping, staying overnight when they're scared. The children only appear when Frank has his first stroke. Suddenly, they're very interested in protecting their parents' assets and questioning every penny spent. They suggest moving Eleanor and Frank to a nice facility. My family thinks I'm wasting my time with random old people. This morning, their lawyer called. Eleanor and Frank passed last week. They'd been in hospice and I was the only one there. They left me their house, completely paid off, worth $800,000.